officially got my first client, £200 for the entire project. Not the most profitable one I could be doing, but it's better than nothing. I was going to do it for free, but I've decided not to do any more free projects just because I don't need to be doing it for free anymore, and I think there's a lack of sort of like respect. There's no investment on their side. There's nothing really for them to lose. They're only doing it because they're getting it for free. So I've decided to stop doing it free projects entirely. I think it'll probably end up being around 5 pages in total, but be a really good one to sort of like start learning actually how to follow a proper process with clients, going through wireframes, then kind of getting them signed off, going for a more high fidelity design. And then kind of going through the process to be us actually signing off the project. So also to give an update on the Twitter lead that I had, we had a call together, myself, the guy I was speaking to on Twitter, and his friend, whose website it is. It was a really positive call. He seemed very interested. I went away and I sort of prepared a quote. It was a little bit more advanced than what I was expecting based on the conversation I had on Twitter. So I increased my quote a little bit. He wanted e-commerce functionality as well as subscription functionality. So rather than being 2,250, I quoted 3,600 in total. That's not including the subscription functionality. He wanted that to come sort of at a later date. So that's going to be an add-on down the line. I actually thought maybe I'd price this a bit too much. I've been using cash or flow calculators to kind of get a rough estimate of what I should be charging clients at. And that came to about 4,000, considering the first quote was 2,300, I think. I didn't want to sort of like, I don't know, go too far. It's quite tough finding the balance of like, I want this client, but I also want to respect my prices and like sort of what I'm worth. So I felt like 3,600 was a good price to go in for, but I didn't hear anything back after sending the quote for about 5 days. And during that time, I started to think, well, maybe I should send a follow-up email, but a part of me sort of said, no, just kind of like be confident, because you're going to come across as needy. You're going to come across, there's nothing I could email that's going to not sound needy. It worked in my favor, and he came back saying, really happy with the quote, really looking forward to working with you. He's getting his LLC set up this week, so he said the funds will be available. How would you like payment? It's not done yet, but as soon as I have the money in the account, I can be confident that this is, my first sort of high-paying project. It's like the one I'm doing for my friends, a real project, of course, and I'm treating that with absolute respect that it's a full project. But in terms of payment, this is the first profitable project that I'm doing. So really good step in the right direction if we can manage to get this one sort of signed off and ready to go. So really good news. The Twitter lead has paid off. Quite literally, he's paid 50% of his total quoted amount into my Stripe account, so that's 1,621. For argument's sake, I'm just going to assume the project is completed successfully. Obviously, I will update the video if it's not, but let's be confident. I'm going to assume that it's completed successfully, and that brings our total amount to roughly £3,400. Not exactly, I'll update the exact amount because it's quoted in dollars on the screen now. It feels very good to kind of have my first profitable project paid. It's interesting because it doesn't feel as good as I thought it would. It kind of feels like, okay, what's next? How can I progress from here? Which is a good thing, but maybe it's a case of one of those things where you're never truly satisfied with what you've got, and I guess I need to try and appreciate, okay, that's really good, and not try to get too far ahead of myself in terms of what's next, because it's really good. Couldn't really have hoped for a better first project. So in terms of that, fantastic start.
See you hanging with your friends, chilling, day and night for days on end. Now you can't come see me tonight. Say you ain't got the time. I'm the last one you prioritize. Keeping your IG pictures on my phone.
Hey Simon.
Hey, sorry I'm a little bit late.
No worries at all.
Yeah, great.
How are you?
Good.
Good to see you again. So just to give some background information to kind of like what we're meeting for today. Today I really just want to kind of understand how you want your website and brand to be portrayed. Through use of colours. Obviously it's, I presume, mainly focused at children. So that generally means quite vibrant, sort of playful.
And that kind of reminds me of the new album cover, how there's like, I'm in different colors and different poses.
Yeah.
and that makes me feel like I want to like search around on the page. That's cool.
Okay, fantastic. Okay.
And like being able to take those things, like, are you able to take those off the background, like that kind of level of?
Yeah, well, I mean, the ones you've sent me in raster already don't have a background on.
Okay.
But yeah, with imagery, we can remove backgrounds.
Okay.
That's about as far as my Photoshop artistic abilities go. But yeah.
Same. Yeah.
So I've just jumped off a call with the client. First call was just kind of going through the creative direction and getting an understanding of the feel, the sort of how he wants to be portrayed across the website. For example, he is a children's music producer, predominantly, and performer, so he wants it to be sort of very fun, vibrant, and just kind of going through some font selections, looking through some examples of previous work and also the examples of work that's been done online, different kind of styles. All in all, it was really successful, so now I've got a really good idea of what he wants, and I think we're very much on the same page. So the next step will be to go through some wireframes and start building them out very loosely, and then get them signed off. Once he's happy with that, then we can start moving into a more high fidelity design and actually into the development process. So I'll keep you posted on that. Just on the topic of these videos, it's interesting to hear from your perspective if it would be more interesting for me to show the sort of design process in these videos, or perhaps doing it in a separate video. I personally think it'd be better to keep these more business focused and then taking the sort of design run throughs as doing that as a separate video. But it'd be interesting to put this to my huge viewer base and get some feedback and see what you guys think. So if you have any feedback or suggestions, please leave it in the comments below. I'll be really interested to see what you have to say about that. Just to quickly touch on the first project I mentioned in this video, the £200 project for my friend. That project has actually been cancelled. Sorry, there's loads of fruit flies in here. I think my son's hidden a banana somewhere and I can't find it. That project has actually unfortunately been cancelled, again due to the increase in Webflow fees. I kind of said to him, you know, for a local business, I don't know if this may be getting to a point where it's kind of not very cost effective for you. $30 a month is quite a lot to a local business, and I said, look, I don't want to kind of put you in a position where you feel like you have to kind of continue with this. I'm happy to give a full refund, and then maybe if you get it developed in WordPress or something, because it's completely free. As much as Webflow is a great solution, it might not be the most cost-effective solution for everyone, so I gave him that option. He came back to me and said, I really appreciate that. He spoke to his dad, who's his business partner, and said, look, Webflow isn't the way they want to go, so we agreed to cancel the project. He's paid the 50%, so £100. He said keep that for the design work, and we're going to try and find something more cost effective, i.e. WordPress. So I've sent him some suggestions of what I would do in his situation, a Figma to WordPress conversion, and I'm just going to leave it there. So I think that's the best for everyone involved. The other project I was doing was for quite a well-known electronic music producer, and again a similar situation. Long and short of it really is I'm learning that Webflow is more geared towards businesses, bigger businesses, and clients with a larger capital. So it's been a good lesson learned, and that's definitely where I'm trying to direct my efforts now into how can I get the clients or find clients with a larger capital where a £30 subscription isn't going to be a factor that they even need to consider. So again, thank you very much for watching the video. I do really appreciate that. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. You can dislike if you want. If you didn't like it, leave a comment why you didn't like the video. Again, sharing the video with your friends, family, whoever, anyone you think might find it interesting would be really appreciated. I think it's going to really help to kind of grow my channel and grow my audience, which is always what we're trying to do here. Again, please leave some feedback about how I should structure these videos and how you think it would be best for me to sort of conduct these, whether it should be business focused or a bit of design as well. So thank you very much for watching. I do really appreciate it, and look forward to the next episode.